Good day, everyone. Welcome to the new section of our web development. This will be our last session of the first month, which is section 8. So, in this section 8, we'll be talking about transition and animation. So, we'll be starting with transition. What does transition in HTML mean? Transition in HTML allows us to smoothly change properties value over a specified duration. They are triggered by events such as hovering, focusing, or clicking on an element. So in this video, I'll be showing us some examples of transition. So we'll be starting with, I think we'll only use hovering, and the other properties such as focusing or clicking on an element will be an assignment. So now we have our transition box. This is our transition box, and we have a button here. So now whenever we do the first thing we want to do now is whenever we hover on this box, the length or the width of the box should change. The height or the width of the box to change. So now we will be creating a transition. We will be creating our transition box, a div, and we give it a class of transition box. I also create a button and give it a class of btn. So in our transition box, we try starting our box with width of 100px, height of 100px, and we give a background color of red and transition height. So now we have different type of transition properties. We have the transition name, transition property, which is the property you are willing to change over time. We have the transition duration, which is the seconds or time you want the transition to take effect. So we have the transition transition iteration and transition. We also have another one. So now we'll be starting with transition. So we've started our transition box to take width of 100px at initial state, then height of 100px, background color of red, and transition height is 1 seconds. Height with our transition name is height. Transition property that we want to change is height, and we have our transition duration, which is 1 second. So here now, since we said we want to work on over, then we'll do dot transition, then our pseudo element, which is over. So this one will be whenever we over on this transition box, the height should increase to 300px. So let's go live and see what we are having. Okay, let's over on it. Can you see the height has increased by from 100px to 300px? So I can also change this from height to width, and it will still be taking the same effect. Then I will have to change my transition property. Which property am I changing? Width. Then I will change my width. Then I will come to this place. I will do width 300px whenever I over on the box. Then let's go again. Then let's over. Can you see when I over out? Can you see? So now I want to show us how the transition durations work. So we are on 1 second before. Let's increase it to 10 seconds, and it will see how it will be delayed. Can you see how it is moving? And we have something called transition. Let me search for it. Transition timing function. We have transition timing function is in, is out. So let's just add it here. Let's add it here. Is in, out. So what does it mean? It will be able to transit in with ease and go back with ease. Without this, can you see the way it is moving very fast at when it was at 1 second? But now you will notice some slight changes. Let's over on it. Can you see it with ease? Then it will go back with ease, not with rush. So let's cancel out this is in, is out, so you can see how it is working. It will move fast, then go back fast, move fast, go back fast. But with the help of is in, is out, it will move out slowly and go back slowly. Can you see it? Can you see it? So that's what transition does. So it is used to change the property of an element over time. So we have our button here also. Our button is taking the width of 100 px, padding of 10 px, background color blue, transition. We want to change the background color at 1 second, ease in, ease out. Then let's go. We change the background color to green. Then it is changing. The background color to green. Then it is changing. Then let's try something. Okay. Color white. Border radius 10 px. Can you see? But the reason the other ones are affecting it too fast, because we didn't do it within our transition that this is what we want to change. If we should go to our transition now and do border radius of something, then we should know that, okay, let's try transition again. What are we changing? Border radius. Then 1 second is in and out. Then let's see. Can you see? Can you see? Can you see? Then let's see if it will affect our color. Let's put comma here. So it won't affect it. So if we want it to affect the color, we have to come again. Then do what? Transition color 1 second is in, is out. So it is used to do what? To change the property of an element over time. That's what transition does. So now let's move to animation. So here we have our animation here. We have our animation here. Our animation is just working the same way as our transition is working, but different functions. They are serving the same functions, but they are having the same element property. Just like but in this case, our animation is not taking properties, taking name. So we want to create a ruler, a spinner, all the spinner that we usually see why on a website, something like this. This is what we want to create. Then you just have to come to your HTML and CSS. So now we created a div and we give the div spinner. We give it the class of spinner. Then we styled it. So now we want to create a circle. We want to create what? A circle. Then if you are creating a circle, you have to give it the height and width has to be equal, and they will be giving it a border radius of 50% to give it a circle. Border 50%. Border 50% to create a circle. Border 50% to create a circle shape, and width and height must be equal. So that then we created the border, a border of what? 10 px. We give it border with 10 px, border style solid, and border color red. And we want to create a top, a border top, whereby we can see what we can see how it is rolling, so we can know it is rolling or not. So we created the border top of solid, then 10 px. Then we give border style solid, then border with 10 px, border color we give it blue. Then animation name should be spin. Animation duration we give it 5 seconds, and then iteration count infinite, that is, it should keep rolling without stopping. Then we have animation timing function linear. Then if you want to access your animation, unlike our transition, we can only have access to it either if you want to hover on it, clicking on the button, or focusing on it. So here now we created is if you want to have access to your animation, Then you come to this place, you do something at keyframes. It is called at keyframes. Then spin. This animation name will come down here as spin. So without this animation name, we can't have access to our animation. So this animation name is very, very important. So we come here, then call your animation name, which is spin. Then to from, you just like from 100% to 100, from 0% to 100%. We can use 0% and also use 100%. We will still be getting the same result. Then transform. What do you want it to do? To rotate at 0 degree. Then 0%, it should rotate at 0 degree, and at 100%, it should transform and rotate to like 360 degree. That's why we are having it rolling. Can you see? We are having our spinner rolling. This is what's making our spinner to roll. What's making it to roll? These are the two functions that is making it to take effect. Our animation to do what? To take effect from 0% to 100%. What should happen? At 0%, it should transform, then rotate to 0 degree. Then at 100%, it should transform and rotate to 360 degree. So that's how our animation works. So with this, we will be moving to JavaScript. So our next class, we will start using JavaScript, and we will be installing a lot of libraries and a lot of a lot of libraries and a lot of tools. Thank you. See you in the next section.